Can you see me breathing? Standing here without you. I can see it's midnight. I cannot live without you. I'm terrified to see you hiding in the darkness. Colder when it's twilight. And I've been feeling restless. Too close, too much, too far gone. I'm yours, you're mine, too far gone. I'm bleeding too far gone. I see it too far gone. I'm screaming too far gone. Can you see me breathing? Standing here without you. I can see it's midnight. I cannot live without you. I'm terrified to see you hiding in the darkness. Colder when it's twilight. And I've been feeling restless. Too close, too much, too far gone. I'm yours, you're mine, too far gone. I'm bleeding too far gone. I see it too far gone. I'm screaming too far gone.
So, hello. This is not a normal stream I would do, but I'm also going to upload this as a VOD and as a YouTube video to raise awareness on what policing in London via MRP is actually like. As well as this, I will be addressing some issues that I've been made aware of and debunking it all. So, bit of backstory about 2 years ago in 2023, I exposed a YouTuber called Testbits and their friend Charlie's Lounge. Exposed them of basically slavery as well as PDF, which obviously I can't say because of TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. They then took it in their own hands to work together with other random people, including people like A. Bailey, to forgify some screenshots, take videos, and put them way out of what it actually is. A perfect example, back in 2023, I was dating a 21-year-old girl called Ash. There was nothing wrong with that. Obviously, we spoke in Discord DMs and we were together for a few months. I wasn't aware she had a boyfriend. Once her boyfriend found out I was dating her, the boyfriend obviously then spoke to Testbits and Charlie's Lounge and then got access to Ash's account without her consent. And they recorded our DMs and took it out of proportionate and then started claiming that she was underage. Now, I can assure you now, I am not that type of person. Never have and never will be. I despise that. And they then started saying, "Oh, in context, I have seen staff chats between Testbits, Mastery, Charlie's Lounge, all that stuff, where they were literally saying, "Oh, just pretend she's younger," to frame me." So they then started circulating around Discord of false screenshots, false statements, and taking stuff out of what it actually was. This obviously negatively impacted me quite severely, mental health and all that stuff, because it's happened to multiple content creators, even quite big ones, where you guys get accused of stuff that you know and a lot of other people know you don't do. And with this, I had to seek therapy and all that stuff. I had to get the police involved, detectives involved, due to what was going on. I was then told it was handled, and throughout the whole of 2024, it went quiet. No more issues arose. Coming into 2025, not really any issues to be made aware of. I joined Policing London, obviously last week, as some of you might be aware. And that's when issues arise again. A. Bailey, who is known to some, I don't know if it was him, but I have a strong suspicion it is. And basically, today I have been banned from Policing London for quote-unquote safeguarding. Alongside this, I also got banned in a mental health support community centre for apparently NSFW DMs. Now, I've asked for proof, I have not received any. I've tried appealing for the ban, haven't heard anything back. Seems like they're ignoring me. Now, if these are the same quote-unquote NSFW DMs that I'm aware of, they are forged, and they were already being handled by a detective down where I live, as well as other forces where the original participants who made these documents live as well. So, what my issue is now is the stuff that happened back in 2023 is now being brought back in 2025, and this shouldn't happen to anyone. No one at all. It shouldn't happen at all to anyone. Whether it's me, some random other person, a random other streamer, it just shouldn't happen. But the fact that police in London, alongside MHSC, have believed this fortified evidence without even consulting me. That kind of proves what that server's really like. Hello, Zola. So obviously, it's obviously gotten to that point where police in London obviously received these fortified evidences, and without even consulting me, went straight to bans. Which then makes me think twice of, yesterday I reported someone called Maddox for harassment in game, harassment in general chat, and harassment in my DMs. Nothing happened. He was let off because he's friends with stuff there. Yet some random out of server issue that happened 2 years ago that didn't even happen because they were forged and stuff was taken out of context, I get banned for, which clearly shows Police in London's commitments to basically a fair report system where they will believe one but not the other. Because during my report against Maddox, the staff member S. Morris said, "Oh yeah, I need to get his perspective on the side of things." So I'm not doing gameplay, I'm just talking about some issues that have arisen. So, moving on with this, obviously, the allegations that are going around, I can confirm to you, are false and are being investigated by detective constables where I live, in my area, as well as other areas where the original people, started it, let's say. However, some more backstory with A. Bailey. I was in his server called Cypher Security. In his server, obviously, he possesses quote-unquote case logs, which includes doxing of members, as well as withholding CP, which I'm not going to say what that means. And he also then started going in down to a admin abusive and corrupted server, starting to blacklist and put investigations against people who shouldn't have. I then alerted some of these people, like, hey, this is what's going on, and I got banned. From this, he had one of his staff members DM me, invite me back to the server, which is DM advertising as I do not want consent. I then report both of them for what was going on in a server, and they got banned. One got warned. And then from there, A. Bailey and the cybersecurity team once again decided to grab falsified images, out of context videos, doxed images as well, and they started spreading that round again, which comes back down to policing London, which I've already gone over. So you might see some, you probably won't, but what my concern is the management team, which consists of S. Morris, R. Jones, L. Coulson, J. Smith, and D. Mackenzie. It just proves they do have favouritism and bias within some reports. I report someone for harassment, nothing. I get reported for something that happened 2 years ago, in quotations, and stuff that's edited, forged, taken out of context, I get banned for without even consulting me. So, that's what my main concern with policing London is. Because yesterday, I even had to reach out to a few of my friends inside policing London due to Maddox harassing me. Going from I'm wanting to leave the server to other mental health issues. But the staff team at policing London don't care. Maddox is a friend, he was apparently banned before, and yeah. So, with this, a staff member or support team member within policing London called G, or Georgina Elizabeth, she also owns or co-owns a server called the Mental Health Support Community, or MHSC, on Discord. She then bans me, or someone else bans me, for the same reasons of falsified evidence saying that I've done stuff I haven't. Now, obviously, all this will be reported up towards the detective who is currently handling the cyber harassment, cyber security and doxing case regarding the forged evidence and the harassment and bullying online. Like I said, I'm just here today on the stream to clarify that even though 2 years later and we had a whole year when nothing happened, it seems to be coming back again. But I want to assure everyone that does watch my streams and likes to chill out, hang out in my Discord servers, like my community server, Hangout Haven, my ERC roleplay community that's coming up, you've got nothing to worry about. If you do get contacted by A. Bailey or anyone else from cybersecurity or anyone else that claims I've done stuff, don't believe it, because they are basically butthurt that I exposed them. And I think it is wrong that people try and do these revenge stories where they then create false evidence and spread that around, because it's happened to multiple streamers, even quite big streamers, where they get accused of stuff which they haven't done, and it negatively impacts us mentally and even physically at sometimes. And the fact that Police in London and MHSC with G and all that stuff has allowed that type of behaviour, in my opinion, is ridiculous, and it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen at all, especially from a professional point of view, where they should look into every report fully. They should keep the same rules for everyone. So when Maddox harassed me in DMs with discriminatory language, Estop Morris stated that they couldn't handle out of issues. Yet some things that happened 2 years ago, allegedly, and some things that were taken out of context 2 years ago, is now being used again out of server, and I'm getting banned for that, which just sadly proves, which just sadly, that's what I'm looking for. It's sad that they treat everyone differently. And it really shouldn't happen. Koba, I will be posting this as a VOD on a YouTube video anyway, but just a quick sum up. I was dating a girl who was 21 years old. In America, yes, we online dated, but that's not illegal. She's over 21, she was over the age of consent. But I didn't know she had a boyfriend. And once the boyfriend found out, they then started working together with someone called Testbits, who's a YouTuber, and Charlie's Lounge, who's actually been confirmed to be a PDF. But I'm not going to say the whole word. But basically, they then got out the way to try and accuse me of being a PDF, which I can assure you is not correct, because I have shared all the evidence and even gave devices to my local police force, and I've got a detective constable who can confirm I'm not that type of person. I've not done such things, and that they are actively now working as a cyber harassment, cyber security, cyber bullying, and also obviously doxing, because I have screenshots of them saying they're going to hack my phone. They've got images of me which they're stalking me IRL or they've doxed me. But yeah, that's what's happening, and what I'm saying is it shouldn't be the way where because one person gets exposed, you shouldn't then start revenge chatting shit basically to others, and it's just not on it. It happens to big streamers as well, where soon as one small thing can be taken out of context, it goes into one massive thing, and accusations get flown left, right, and centre. And I was just saying, with Place in London, which is a 5 community I used to stream and roleplay with, I got some new friends there. They believe this fortified evidence and out of context statements and videos and whatnot they have. If it's the same ones that 2 years ago, then I know exactly which ones, and they are clearly edited and taken out of context. And what I was saying is, yesterday someone called Maddox, who harassed me in game, harassed me in the Police in London Discord, and harassed me in DMs. When I reported that, they said they can't handle out of server issues like the DMs, and he ended up only getting a 1-day game ban for what he did in game. But as soon as I get reported for something that happened allegedly 2 years ago, I then get banned without them even talking to me, which I think is unfair. But then I do struggle with mental health, and I do have mental health issues, and stuff like this does impact me quite a lot. And in Discord, I was in a server called a Mental Health Support Community, or MHSC, which is owned by someone called G, or Georgina Elizabeth, on Discord, who is also support staff within police in London. And she had the audacity to also ban me from the mental health support server, for the alleged offences, which haven't happened without even talking to me before. Which, at the end of the day, outside of the issues, whether they happened or didn't happen, I definitely think, unfortunately, stuff goes around, whether it's true or false. It's a sad time, really. But like I said, I wanted to make this live stream so I can also upload as a YouTube video and as a VOD. To basically let you all know is, whilst you can all have fun on Discord, be aware there are a lot of people out there that will try to target you, that will try and make your life a misery, which people have tried to do with me. And sadly, that's the reality of life. And sometimes things can't go away, whether it's true or false. Now, whether or not policing in London will actually do anything, it's completely up to them. I hope they talk to me, and I hope they can resolve this. Because I didn't think I'd have to make an exposure video on policing in London. They look like a nice community, but clearly not. They all have their dark sides. And I will, if you guys do !! Discord on the Twitch chat or YouTube chat, you can join my Discord and I will post updates there. Whether or not police in London actually act on these false claims, or whether they decide to target the what's it called, the minority community, let's say. Because, like I said, it's amazing where someone who's a friend with a support staff at police in London can harass people, ruin roleplays, and leave to avoid arrests and all that stuff, which I do have videos and clips of. They get away with nothing, with everything. You know, someone like me, obviously, as you all know, is a transgender female. It's, oh yeah, something happened 2 years ago, let's believe it, and you're banned without even being spoken to. But I hope police in London do fix their mistakes, and if they do, I will continue to probably stream on that server, but I might take a break if I do get unbanned. However, it could be the fact of, unfortunately, they will believe the allegations and the fortified evidence they have and not care, which, seeming that I haven't actually done anything in police in London, except from have appreciation from others, is ridiculous. It really is. But like I said, I just made this to obviously inform you guys what is happening, and you might not see some streams in 5M. For placing London, at least I'm gonna try to find other communities. Like happily find other communities. However, it's sad to say that police in London will probably won't be streamed for a while, if at all, depending on whether they actually want to talk these out like human beings or just believe the quote-unquote evidence they have. But on that note, I think I'm gonna end this stream here, and I'll be posting the VOD links on my Discord so other people can view what police in London's really like, and be aware that there are people going around and causing issues for people. But yeah, for those that are still here and that have listened, I do want to thank you very much for listening in, and I do appreciate everyone for taking the time to listen. But on that note, you all have a great day, great night on whatnot you need, and I will keep you all informed on our Discord what exactly is happening. But I'll go ahead and post the VOD links on Discord and YouTube, so you can all rewatch what I've said if you've missed some of this stream. But yeah, for those that are also watching, you have a great night, and I'll keep you all informed. !Discord, you can join our Discord. But except from that, you all have a great night, and just be mindful of policing London, be mindful of a major C, be mindful of the people spreading stuff like A. Bailey and all that stuff, and just be mindful on who you speak to and how it can be taken out of context quite quickly. And yeah, you all have a great one. Bye bye.